So today we're in section 4.7, solving two-step inequalities. All right, and I put a little note down here, and it's very true that you solve two-step inequalities the same way that you solve equations. So let's look at that. What if I had the equation 4x plus 12 equals 64? Okay, 4x plus 12 equals 64. I have this equation, and I need to solve the two-step equation. Go ahead and do that. So this is review from previous chapter. Okay, go ahead and solve, actually not previous chapter, but earlier this chapter. Go ahead and solve this two-step equation. What do I do first? Everyone just tell me. What do I do first?
Subtract 12.
Subtract 12 from both sides. What's 64 minus 12?
52.
Guys, please rewrite your equation. Did you write this on your paper? 4x equals 52. Okay, so now what do you do to both sides?
Divide by 4.
Yes, divide both sides by 4, and x equals 13. So when I'm solving two-step inequalities, I follow the same process. So I have 5x minus 4 is greater than or equal to 11. I still am going to solve and graph my solution, but now it's just a two-step inequality. But I still follow the same process that I did with two-step equations. All right, so what would you do first on 5x minus 4 is greater than or equal to 11? Jason, what would you do first? You need to add 4 to both sides. And please show that step, adding 4 to both sides. Now the 4's cancel. And what is left on the left side of the inequality? 5x is greater than or equal to 15. Writing this step is very important. So as I'm walking around and I'm looking at your classwork, I see kind of some gaps there. I see that you're not showing all your work. So I'm going to try to be more specific on what I want you to show on each problem. It might seem kind of like slow motion for some of you. You're like, yes, I know that, but we need to make sure everybody's on the same page. So now, what do I do to both sides? And you need to show this step.
Divide by 5.
Divide by 5, because that's what's connected. And x is greater than or equal to 3. How many numbers belong on your number line?
3.
3. What number belongs in the middle? 3. What number to the left?
2.
And what number to the right?
4.
Open or close dot?
Close.
How do you know it's closed?
Because there's an equal to.
Because there's an equal to bar underneath the symbol, so it's a closed dot. And is my arrow going left or right? How do you know it's right? Because it's greater than. All solutions have to be greater than 3 to make the inequality true. Okay? All right, what do you notice about the second problem? Fraction. Go ahead and write down the second problem. Go ahead and write the second problem down. Okay, write it down and, start thinking through what do you think you need to do to solve for this variable. What do I do first? Miles, what am I going to do first?
Minus 4.
Subtract 4 from both sides. All right, Kiana, what am I going to do now in my next step? Yes, multiply both sides by -3. Because there's division connected to my variable, I need to multiply both sides by -3. What's 9 times -3? What inequality symbol?
Less than. Or no.
Why did I switch it? Because the negative is connected to my variable. Because there was a negative connected to my variable and I had to multiply by -3, I must reverse my inequality, open dot on -27, and now my arrow is going right. So I can guarantee you're going to see that pop up on your quiz and your test. So just watch for that, guys, okay? Make sure you watch for that. All right, example 2. In example 2, now we are looking at, what's that? Distributive property, the distributive property. So go ahead on the first one and distribute 2 times k minus 5 and rewrite your inequality. Okay, so when I distribute, guys, okay, I need you quiet so I know that you're working together, but I need to go over this now. Look up here. Okay, 2 times k is 2k. 2k. And then 2 times negative 5 is negative 10 is less than 6. Now that I have done the distributive property, and you can essentially say that's step 1, okay? Now what would you do next? Morgan, what would you do next?
You would add 10.
Very good. You would add 10 because you have to do the opposite. Still hear people talking. Please stop. 2k is less than 16. All right, Xavier, what would I do next?
Divide 2.
Yeah, very good. Divide 2 both sides. And k is less than 8. And then you would graph it. Open or close dot on the 8? Open, an arrow going left or right? To the left. Okay, I just don't have room for the graph. All right, now let's look at the next one. Negative 3 is greater than 0.5 times 8 plus y. So we see the distributive property. Go ahead and distribute the 0.5. Then also what you need to be mindful of is that the variable comes after the inequality. You could say it's backwards. I know that's kind of a term that we often use. Okay, so we have to be mindful of that for the arrow in our graph. All right, go ahead and start the distributive property. I'm going to walk around and kind of look at your notes. So we distribute. How many of you got 4 plus 0.5y after you distributed? Did you get that? Okay, so now what do you do to both sides? Trey, hold on. Trey, what did you do to both sides? Subtract 4. Jason, please stop. Okay, subtract 4 from both sides. What's negative 3 minus 4?
Negative 7.
Negative 7 equals 0.5y. This is the part where I see a lot of people trying to do it mental math. If you divide by 1/2, you are actually flipping that 1 over 2 becomes 2 over 1. So that's why it's negative 14. A lot of people are trying to say negative 3.5. You're not halving it. You're multiplying it. Or I'm sorry, you're dividing it by 1/2. All right? So now, did you draw your arrow less than?
Yes.
Okay, because you have to read the variable first. Y is less than negative 14. All solutions must be less than negative 14. Okay? All right, now here's our challenge question. Okay? Write a 2-step inequality that can be represented by this graph. Okay? Now, if it was 1 step, that would be much easier. Okay? Do you want to start with 1 step?
No.
Let's start with a 1 step.
Yeah.
Then we'll do a 2-step. Okay? We'll start with a 1 step here. Okay? Give me a 1-step inequality that this would be the solution that's graphed. So, we'll talk about it in just a second. I just want you to think about it. Think first, what inequality symbol would match this graph? Don't say it out loud. Write it on your paper. What inequality symbol would match this graph? Okay? So because the arrow is going which direction? Left. That means it's less than. Okay? So, hey, we got a starting point. It's less than. Now, because it's an open dot, does that mean I have the equal to?
No.
No. Okay? So, and what is my solution? What's my answer have to be?
3.
My answer has to be 3, okay? So I need some combination, it can be addition or subtraction, multiplication or division, where I would combine it with the variable, and then my solution would be 3. So we've made up equations, now we're just doing it with inequalities. I want you to just take a minute to try to think of now, I would write my variable on the left side if I were you, but you don't have to. And then a number on the right side. Can I just give you a hint? Maybe use multiples of 3, okay? Because that's your solution. All right. Does anybody have one? Anybody have one? Noah?
5x is less than 15.
5x is less than 15. I would divide both sides by 5, and x would be less than 3. All right, and x is less than 3. All right, mine was 3x is less than 9. So mine was similar to his. Does anybody else have one? Maybe with addition or subtraction or multiplication again. Maybe a negative. Oh no, we don't want to go there. You got to flip your inequality. And anybody else have one? Morgan?
3x is less than 9.
Okay, 3x is less than 9. Very good. All right, that's the one I was thinking too. Divide by 3, both sides, and x is less than 3. All right, so now let's do two-step.
Oh my gosh.
Now let's do two-step. We'll switch up the solution. Let's make the solution 2. 2. And we'll go this way. Now it needs to be a two-step inequality. All right, we'll start with your symbol. Okay, so the graph gives you a hint as to what the symbol might be. What symbol is it, guys? Greater than. And I'm going to put my x on the left side, so some combination of x would be greater than some number. But now it's got to be two-step. Okay, so again, my solution is on a 2, so I might want to try to use like an even number connected to my variable, maybe like a 2x. Okay, and then here's how I like to set up a two-step inequality. And guys, this is actually what I do when I'm writing your quizzes and tests. If I want to set up a two-step inequality, I need a value over here, okay, that I need to do just something simple, maybe like a +1. Okay, what would I need to do to both sides to move what's not connected to the variable? What would I do if it's a +1? I would subtract 1. So what number could I subtract 1 from that would give me an even number? I mean, you could really just give me any number. Kyle? 3. Sure, why not? Just keep it simple. Okay? Now, well, hold on, it can't be 3 because my answer has to be 2. My answer has to be 2. So what number can I subtract 1 from that would give me a number that divided by 2 is 2?
2.
I heard 4. It's 5. What's 5 minus 1?
4.
So now 2x is greater than 4, and I divide both sides by 2, and x is greater than 2. See how I did that? Okay, I just came up with one number that was 1 above the number that was my target. You guys want to do one more?
No.
Why?
I'm scared.
Okay, try to come up with another scenario. Okay, I'll just give you a minute. Just give you a minute. We only have one word problem left after this, and we still have 18 minutes left in class. All right, so let's, what was it? It was on the 2, greater than 2? Okay, so I want my solution to be 2. So let's say it needs to be greater than. All right, and let's do 4x. Okay, this I like to be my starting point. Okay, now if my answer needs to be 2, what number do I need to divide 4 by, or I'm sorry, what number divided by 4 would equal 2? What is it? 8. 8 divided by 4 equals 2, right? So I need the combination to give me 8, okay, of what I'm adding and subtracting. So now come up with the number on this side. Honestly, this could be really any number, okay? Let's say 13, okay? Well, what do I need to do to 13 in order to get it down to 8? Subtract 5. So if I need to subtract 5, that means I add 5 over here. Okay? So this is really the last number that fills in the missing pieces. Guys, you can really come up with any number you want. If I had put a 12 over on the other side, that would have just changed what I'm adding. So now when you subtract 5 from both sides, you get 4x is greater than 8, and then you can divide by 4 both sides, and x is greater than 2. Did that make more sense? A little? Okay, we'll keep practicing. We'll keep practicing. All right, turn in your books to page 68, 168, sorry, page 168. All right, we have word problem example, like to call them riddles. All right, example 3 on page 168. So we need to set up a two-step inequality. That's what the lesson is about. Here we need to read it. Okay, the price per sweatshirt decreases. So a football team is ordering sweatshirts. and that price per sweatshirt decreases 5 cents for each sweatshirt that is ordered. How many sweatshirts should the team order for the price per sweatshirt to be no greater than $32.50? All right, we see a key word here, no greater than, and you will see those indicators in these types of problems. No greater than $32.50. How could I write that in an inequality? No greater than $32.50. All right, does anybody have an idea? Let's say Kyle, what would you say? Very good. $32.50. Very good. That's exactly right. So some combination of these costs need to be less than or equal to $32.50. Okay? So you have the cost of one sweatshirt. That's a given. That's set. It's right there in your textbook. It's $40. But then each additional sweatshirt, I'm going to get to take off 5 cents per sweatshirt. S for sweatshirt. Okay, but I don't know how many I need to order to keep getting that discount. Maybe let's say I ordered 10. Well, now I just got 50 cents off my order. And they do that because they want you to order more. All right, so now I can solve my two-step inequality. Okay, I can solve my two-step inequality. And what would I do first?
Subtract 40.
Subtract 40 from both sides. And now I have negative 0.05 S is less than or equal to negative 7.5. All right, and what would I do to both sides now to solve for S? How many sweatshirts? Divide by negative 0.05, both sides. Okay, so S, I gotta kind of squeeze it in. Oh wait, what happened? I divided by a negative, so what does that mean? It needs to be greater than or equal to 150 sweatshirts. I know I'm like squeezing this in. Oh, I wish I had more room. Okay. All right, greater than or equal to 150 sweatshirts. That's how many you need to order in order to keep your total price less than or equal to $32.50. All right, if you understand that, that's everything you need to know for section 4.7, and that's it for chapter 4, guys.